Hello, everyone, and welcome to Who Ate It First. This is our season finale of season 2. I am your co-host, Kendall Runquist.
And I'm your other co-host, Logan Runquist.
And we are very excited to present our final episode of the season before we take our little break.
Yes.
Because we done.
Because we are tie-tie.
We're tie-tie.
We're tie-tie.
It's nice to take a break.
It is good to take a
Recalibrate.
break.
Make our listeners pine for us while we're gone.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, as it were.
It does, yes.
But it also gives us a chance to see what worked and what didn't work and what we want to do and what we want to make better
And
faster
and less insecure.
Scarily enough, that was not pre-planned. I just ended my sentence like that and he just kept going.
Yeah, we love 21 Jump Street. If we
The new one.
Yeah, the new one. With Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill.
And Ice Cube.
And Ice Cube. It's a glorious movie if you have not watched it before. We quote it to each other all the time.
All the time. Johnny Depp does make an appearance, so there is reason to watch it.
Johnny Depp and the other guy that was in it too. I forget his name.
I'm so sorry. We forget your name, sir.
Sorry. Yeah, so...
Andrew Ridgely.
Like
An
other
other
WAM
WAM
guy.
I can't make this stuff up. This is not scripted. This is so scary.
That was a quote from Eurovision.
Yeah, Eurovision, The Legend of Fire Saga.
Fire Saga!
Fire Saga, play yeah, ding dong!
Just in case you're wondering what that one was from, we also quote that one all the time.
That's a Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams flick.
Yep.
It's great.
It's a great one.
It's a great one. Oh my God, should I start my episode now?
No, what I was trying to say is our season finale is presented this time by Logan Runquist. So why don't you take it away?
Okay, I'll try. Train has already left the station, folks. Help me. Well, for our last episode, I wanted to do something delicious. And one thing that I really love is guacamole. But first, I should sing you the song, probably.
Yeah.
In case you haven't heard it. So it's a lovely lady named Dr. Jean. I just Googled to see what her name was. And she has a song that goes like, peel the avocado. And then she's doing all these gestures with a avocado behind her on a green screen. And then she goes, guacamole, guacamole. And she does these beautiful dance moves. Turns out that she writes children's songs, so it makes a lot more sense why the video exists. But just in 2015, there was just a lady singing about avocados and guacamole.
You got to sing the song.
Peel the avocado. She's doing hand motions while she does this. Peel the avocado. Guacamole. 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 If you haven't seen her, she's amazing. She's my spirit animal. I'm just kidding. But so all of that to say, we're doing guacamole today. And most of this information is straight out of our Latinismo cookbook. Thank you, Sandra. We love you.
She was like half our season.
Sandra Gutierrez, I'm going to write to you, honey, and I'm going to tell you all about our podcast.
Probably should say thank you to her.
Yeah, we should say thank you. I mean, her book was purchased, so she got some money from your mom who bought it for us.
Yeah, it was a gift.
Maybe I'll just write her to say hi. Hopefully she won't sue us. Oh my God, do you think she would sue us?
We've referenced her every time.
I know, but just suppose she sued us.
That would be weird.
2 little people who have 9 listeners.
Congratulations, our podcast is worth $0. So.
True. Anyway, most of the information is from there. And I also got some information from avocadosfrommexico.com. They have a really robust...
Every Super Bowl.
They have really robust website. Yeah.
Yeah, they must make a lot of money. They have a Super Bowl ad every time.
Avocado from Mexico. And it's always, don't people get hit in the head?
I don't know.
One year.
I think it's different every time.
Yeah, one year I think somebody got pelted in the head with avocados.
Nice.
And
That would
somebody
hurt.
pops out and whatever. It's fine. So I'm going to talk about avocados a little bit first. I have that stupid song stuck in my head now. And then I'm going to go on a little bit for guacamole. I don't have a ton of information just because this is a pretty old recipe and it's been used for a really long time.
Sure.
And it has a lot of changes in it throughout history. Cultivated since 7000 BC, the avocado is native to Mexico, Guatemala, and the Antilles. Known as aguacate in Mesoamerica, its name is derived from the Nahuatl word ahucatillo, which meant testicle, because of the way
Nice.
the oblong fruits hang in pairs.
Do you see that fruit? Testicle.
So obviously, it's not hard to understand why the indigenous peoples believe these to be aphrodisiacs, because they look like something. Mm-hmm. I thought you'd like that.
That's pretty good. You know, I've actually never thought about that, but now it's going to be the only thing I see from now on. I think avocados are now ruined for me for life.
Sorry. It's important to know where the food we eat comes from. And now you're going to tell me, hey, Logan, we need 3 testicles on the grocery list.
Can you get some large Haas testicles?
And I'll say, okay, and I'll know exactly what he means. There are more than 500 varieties of avocados.
Everyone is unique. This is a not safe for work episode.
I didn't say a bad word. That's the medical
I'm
term.
just kidding.
It's not a bad word. It's human biology. There are more than 500 varieties of avocados today. Native avocados are classified in varieties called races, and all avocados are derived from the Persea americana family. The Mexican variety belongs to the Drimifoglia variety. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Avocados, I'm sure you're very sensitive to pronunciation. Guatemalan avocados belong to the Guatemalensis variety, and the Antillean to the Americana variety. But most avocados we eat today are actually hybrids, and the Hass avocado is one of the most well-known of those hybrids.
Interesting. Hybrids of like multiple avocado plants?
Multiple different races bred together.
Gotcha.
It's pollination and all of that.
Yep.
I don't understand botany, but Hass avocados are hybrids. Okay. Sandra Gutierrez said so. Moving along in history, the pulpy flesh of avocados has long been used to make moles, or mixtures, also known as moles, bringing it back to our first episode where Kendall made mole. And the word guacamole actually means avocado mixture. So if you were to say it in Spanish derived from the Mesoamerican words, aguacamoles is how you would say it, because there's a and an H in there. In 1519, Spanish conquistadors reached modern-day Mexican shores and quickly learned to like this aguacamoles. They began to adapt the dish to their tastes, incorporated ingredients that they had brought with them, like onions, lime, and cilantro, changing the name of the dip to guacamole as we now know it. And Spaniards also introduced lard to the indigenous peoples, which they used to fry tortillas that traditionally accompanied Aztec guacamole. The crispy bits of fried dough made it easier to scoop up the dip than the soft tortillas. Help me. More than 400 years after the conquest of the Aztecs, Hass avocados made their way into America and rose to popularity very quickly. And as I said, that is what typically is what is made into guacamole now, is Hass avocados.
Mm-hmm.
And fun fact, National Guacamole Day is celebrated on September 16th, which is the same day as Mexico's Independence Day.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yay! So there you have it. We actually know who ate guacamole first.
Wow.
It was the Aztecs.
What a season finale.
I know. It's so nice to have a definitive answer here on this podcast.
I think it's the first one.
Maybe. So, yeah, as I said, throughout history, people have made changes to this traditional guacamole, but the main core ingredients have kind of stayed the same. But if you go somewhere for guacamole, everybody's tastes different now, which is both good and kind of annoying.
Everybody's got their own variety.
Everyone has their own spin on things. Some people add more cilantro, lime, orange, lemon, limon.
It's all personal preference.
Yeah. Cayenne pepper, more pepper, less pepper.
Spicy, not spicy.
Spicy, not spicy. Ancho chilies, guajillo chili, whatever. So, yeah.
Awesome.
That's kind of all the history that I have.
Cool. Well, let's jump on over to the kitchen and we'll talk about the recipe.
To the kitchen.
Oh, wow. Wahoo!
Are you Mario now?
It's me, Kendall.
Okay. I'll call up Super Nintendo and tell them they have a new character.
I should have applied to be the new voice of Mario, but somebody beat me to it.
Yeah, somebody beat you to it, sadly. So this recipe is specifically called El Guacamole de Don Mariano. And Sandra Gutierrez, she states that this is the classic guacamole recipe that you have been looking for. I went, great, that's what I'm looking for. She had other varieties of guacamole, one from, I think, Venezuela, one from possibly Guatemala, but this one was like the most classic you could get. So I figured, let's do that. I've never made guacamole before. Have you?
Yeah, I have once or twice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't tell me that, actually.
Oh, okay. I think I made it once or twice. I feel like I have.
Okay. Well, you'll have to tell me later how that will compare
Okay.
to ours that we're making right now. And so this recipe was taught to her by a man named Don Mariano Patino Gonzalez, who was the late father of a friend of hers. And I thought that was so sweet that she included such a personal recipe in her book. But he taught her that Mexican guacamole only has a hint of lime. Cilantro is best added at the very end. And most importantly, no one should even bother adding chilies to the mixture if they can't take the heat. But she also adds a small footnote that said it's actually okay. If you take the seeds and the ribs out of your chilies, she won't tell anybody. So it sounds like Don Mariano had a very specific vision of what his guacamole was.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So you'll be needing 3 ripe Hass avocados, half a cup finely chopped white onions, 2 to 3 minced serrano peppers, finely chopped, 1 cup of cored, seeded, and finely chopped plum tomatoes, 1/3 cup chopped fresh cilantro or more to taste, fresh squeezed lime juice to taste. She says just a smidge, but if you like more lime, then you just do you. Fine sea salt to taste and fresh ground pepper also to taste. Step 1, you're going to slice the avocados in half, remove and discard the pit, and scrape the flesh into a small bowl and mash it, leaving some of the chunks for texture. Mexican guacamole always has some texture, according to Dawn. Step 2, add the onions, chilies, tomatoes, and cilantro, and mix well. Step 3 is season with a few drops of lime juice, salt, and pepper to taste, and enjoy.
Cool. That was easy.
So easy. It should only take you 15 minutes, and most of that will be chopping.
Nice. Okay, well, let's make it, and we'll talk about it.
Okie dokie. We're back.
We're back. We have like music to intro and outro these sections. We don't have to go to get into the next section.
I'm aware, but sometimes I myself just need to add a little extra. I like to do my own Foley.
That checks out.
I make a lot of weird noises, okay? I can't be contained.
All right. Well, what did you think of the guacamole?
Well, I think Don Mariano was onto something because I think this guacamole is delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh my gosh. Kind of different from guacamole I've had elsewhere. I mean, I've eaten a lot of guacamole in my 30 years of living. I had a lot. But this I think is one of the best ones. This was delicious.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think there's a little we could improve on. I know we were scared about the heat level in the peppers.
Yeah.
And you took
you never know.
Yeah, you absolutely never know. I had somebody eat a fresh jalapeno from South Texas. Like you're at the border of Texas and Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
She had one so hot that she started crying and she had to call the waiter over and get like a glass of milk, and they were out of milk at this restaurant, and it was a whole thing. They had to get her like creamer, and she was like crying and sobbing because they didn't take the ribs and the seeds out. And that was just a jalapeno, and we're using serranos, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Caucasian like we are. You have to be careful. But yeah, I think maybe next time we try to add some of the ribs and seeds.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'll let you finish your thought.
Oh no, that's all. I think I'm good. 9.5 out of me.
I was actually also had 9.5 in my head.
What?
So that's a 9.5.
Beautiful.
Because I thought it was good, but I do think there was a couple things that I would have changed. I will change for the next time. One, we did change. You and I both like guacamole that's more on the lime side, so we did add more than just a couple drops of lime. So sorry,
Sandra.
Sorry,
Don Mariano.
Mariano.
You're gonna say Mario too.
I know. Yeah. So there was that. I agree with you with the serrano peppers. We put 2 in. The recipe said 2 to 3. We only did 2 because we were being cautious, but it really was like not spicy at all for me. So I think we should have just left everything in there and seen how it was, and that probably would have been pretty good. Because we are like white Caucasian people, but we also live in Texas and have grown up around spicy food. So I think our palate's a little more able to handle it than some other people that we know.
Say a Midwestern person.
For people.
Example.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably would have put that in there, but I'm sure, if you don't like spice at all, definitely don't put that in there because you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah.
But as people that like spice, we probably should have kept those in there to add a little heat to it.
I think it's interesting what you said earlier. You were like, wow, the avocado really absorbs any seasoning that you add into it. Which is such a good way of phrasing that. I think you're right. As soon as you introduced anything in there, it went and it just sucked up all those flavors. And it's like, wait a minute, I put a lot of onion in there, and we put a lot of cilantro. And I thought I stirred it up real good, And I was like, whoa, I can barely taste it in that bite.
Yeah.
I stirred it around a little more. We added more lime, salt, and pepper. That seemed to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the moral of the story is add more than you think. Not of the spicy, but add more of the ingredients than you think. Like
Yeah.
maybe a little more onion, a little more cilantro if you like it.
Yeah.
Because the avocado is just going to suck all that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like with the seasoning too, the salt and pepper, like we put quite a bit in there, and I still think we could have put more, actually.
Yeah.
Thinking back.
We could visually see the pepper, but it was like, I still can't really taste it.
Yeah. So I think 9.5 because I still believe that there's room for improvement. So I'm not going to give it a perfect 10, but I still think it was really good. Yeah, I think that's it. It was good. Goes well with tortilla chips, especially the chili lime chips that we had from the carne asada.
We still had leftover chips.
We did.
It's a big bag. Okay. That was only last week.
So
thank you.
Yeah, it was good. Had a good time. Got some Chipotle to accompany it.
Because I didn't think that guacamole was sufficient for dinner. That's not dinner. You need something else for dinner. But I think half of our dinner was literally guacamole.
Pretty much,
yeah. Not a bad way to end an evening for sure.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Well, I hope someone can take this to a holiday party or take this to a New Year's party and just really be the hit of the evening. I think if you make this, you'll make a lot of friends, I would say. People will be impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
You can thank Sandra Gutierrez.
Well, I think that is going to wrap it up for the episode.
And the season.
So, yeah, just want to say thanks everyone for listening to this season. We had a lot of fun getting to explore different dishes in Latin America. If we didn't do a dish that is one of your personal favorites, we would love to know what that is. And we're constantly keeping a list of episodes that we want to make or dishes we want to try. Mm-hmm. So we'd love to hear from you either through any platform, through our email, TikTok, Instagram. I think even our Spotify episodes specifically have a Q&A section on each episode.
Do they really?
Yeah, there's like an auto-generated question, and you can add custom questions too. So if you're listening on Spotify, you can also even respond through that. But yeah, we'd love to hear what you thought about the season, if there's any dishes you'd love for us to try. We do really want to give a big thank you to Sandra Gutierrez and her book, Latinismo.
Yeah, for sure.
She doesn't know who we are, but...
No, I'm going to see if I can find her.
Yeah, she was featured in about half our season, I believe. So we definitely recommend that you check the book out and buy it to support her, because it's a really great book.
It's a thick boy. It is a robust cookbook.
Yeah, honestly, if you want like a good, just solid book around Latin cuisine, Latin American cuisine, it's a great book for that.
Yes, she covers many different countries, all different styles. I feel like any kind of anything is in there.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that isn't in there is cocktails, but this is obviously a food cookbook. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I was very impressed by her.
Yeah.
Depth and breadth of knowledge.
Yeah. And there's even some of our content that we pulled for the history is from her book too, because she actually put some history and information or just stories and stuff like that in her recipes as well. So it's a really great read. It has a really lot of great recipes. So definitely recommend checking it out. And just want to say thank you again to Sandra Gutierrez.
Thank you, Sandra. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
And hope everyone has a good holiday season and has a good start to their 2024 year.
Woo!
We're still going to be honoring the challenges. Don't forget, every episode, starting with the first episode, was 20 listens, and then we were increasing that challenge by 5 listens every episode. So we'll still be honoring that. Whenever any of those challenges get met, we will post that bonus content for everyone to enjoy. Mm-hmm. So we'll be keeping an eye on that during our break as well.
Definitely. And we might make some other stuff on like Instagram or TikTok or something like that.
Yeah.
We have something else cooking up.
Or it might have another mini season of Who Drank It First.
Maybe.
In between.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We could.
So.
To just better sharpen our bartending skills. Because they're pretty dull right now.
I don't know.
They could be sharpened.
We're getting pretty good. I made the best whiskey sour I've ever made yesterday.
Slay.
So
Yeah,
it was good
did.
stuff.
And the margarita you made me was delicious.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we're getting better.
Although the first time you didn't put any.
Yeah, I did forget the
sec in it.
triple sec.
But the second one was great.
Okay. It's getting better. I didn't say I'm great.
Okay.
So anyway, I think that's it. Is there anything else? Just thank you to all of our listeners for joining us for season 2. Our current plan is to start season 3 April 2nd.
So we'll see you April 2nd, I guess.
Yeah. And we don't know what it's going to be yet.
Nope.
So no teasers because we also don't know.
Haven't planned it yet.
We have had a couple requests from people, so it might be something like that.
Could be a listener's choice season.
Yeah, that would be really fun if we get enough responses from listeners for requests. We could just do a full season of listener requests.
Hey, send them in. Or you could request us to do ones that got left on the cutting room floor. Like for this season, I was really close to making arroz con leche. If y'all want that, let me know.
Yeah, just let us know. Send in some requests because that would actually be really fun to do just a whole season of listener requests. So I'm down for it.
Definitely.
Are y'all down for it?
Are y'all down
That's
for it?
the question.
I don't know. Can they do it? I hope so.
I believe in them.
I believe in you.
We only need 8 requests.
We believe in you.
We can do it.
I think we have 9 listeners. So if almost everyone sends us something, we're done.
We're done. That's the season.
There's the season.
All right. Well, yeah, I know I keep saying it, but thank you again. It's been a great season, and it's been great podcasting with you again, Logan Runquist.
Yes, honey. Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy. There you go. We made it to 3. Hit the trifecta.
3 movies.
3 movies.
This is a movie quoting podcast now.
2 of them, Will Ferrell, which is funny because you don't even like him that much.
He's growing on me. It honestly depends on the movie.
Yeah.
It's not Will Ferrell all the time.
So, yeah, I'm still working on you for Step Brothers to like that movie.
I hate that movie.
It's a classic.
I'm so sorry.
That and The Other Guys.
Absolutely.
2 incredible movies.
Wow, look at the time. It's time to end the podcast. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thanks,
See you
everyone.
April 2nd.
Bye.
Bye.